Stop record. 509 foot. Speech off.
It's taking like 1,000 pictures right now.
You're in burst mode.
Huh?
You're probably in sports mode on your camera, on the camera settings, or burst mode. You can adjust that to single shot.
It's like as soon as it's like a swipe thing on this iPhone, like it'll just. But anyway, go ahead. Ask me your question.
I just said, what are your expectations of dating, online dating? What are you looking for?
I'm looking for monogamy, actually. Like, I believe that everything starts with thoughts, and thoughts manifest into your reality. So, I very much expect to meet someone that's on my same page and for it to work out. So, I'm, looking for friendship and, a bond. And then I expect that to translate into exclusivity. And I expect that to translate into exclusivity really quickly, honestly. Because I date one person at a time, and I always have been that way. So if I'm not interested, I don't waste anybody's time, and that's just that. So one thing that's been good for me about dating across the board is knowing what I want and just getting to the point, listening, accepting, what people want, and just knowing, there's only one person that's going to be for you. So of course you're going to meet a lot of people that say things that don't work for you, so I just am real intentional about minding my own business and not getting entangled or caught up in what somebody else wants that I don't want, because I am very much giving, and what's it called, catering, you know what I mean? Like, I enjoy, remembering and having special moments and sharing my life with another person. So I have to know they're on that same page with me. Like, I have to have a connection. And if we don't have that, then there's nothing for me. So I don't wait around. Like, I've watched a lot of these videos talking about strategies on how to reel this person in, and stay busy and don't be available, and date 50 people at one time, and keep your options open, and do this and do that. But really, it just boils down to, for me, it just really boils down to be yourself. Be yourself, tell the truth so you can attract that. Skip all the BS and invest in yourself. I feel like if you don't feel good about who you are, that we're magnets. We're magnets. So we're going to pull that in, or we're going to pull in people that will take advantage of those energies, and so I just don't, no matter what, put my best foot forward, because I want 1,000%. That I want it all. And so I'm not going to get it all tiptoeing around it, or trying this, trying that, being neutral. None of that's going to get me the championship ring, and so I don't mind, being single for whatever length of time, because it's torture to me, trying to be with a double-minded person. That is, it's always obvious, if you've done the work of knowing thyself, then it's obvious when you're not with the match. Because, when you know yourself, your wants, your needs, your desires, then you know how that feels. So when you're with another person, when they're dividing their time, when they're disengaged or not engaged at all, when they and they're not keeping up with you, and all that stuff. And those are things I need. Those are my love languages: attention, time, catering, and quality time. Intention, all that stuff. It matters, and I'm easily shut down because I'll be like, I'm out, I'm turned off. So I'm listening to you and everything. But I know one thing about life and trauma is that it makes us conform because we want to protect ourselves. And so we will adapt characteristics. That's why I had said, let's take it back to when we're 5, when we didn't like strawberry ice cream, or we didn't like your breath stinks, or don't touch me. We were real. When you're 3, it's like, that stinks, or I don't like it, or I love this. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
And we're still that person. It's just we've had so many experiences we never could have planned for. We never could have expected. We're in this situation we never thought, like, who could imagine? You know what I'm saying? And so now, we get, in these conversations, and we're politically correct, and we've watched Kevin Samuels, Derek Jackson, and we've listened to Steve Harvey, and we've watched Love and Hip Hop and all this other stuff, right? We're a ball of mess now. I'm like, no, throw that mess away. I want to talk to 3-year-old you. I want to talk to 5-year-old you when you wanted to be a fireman, and you had your fire trucks. I want to know that you, because at the heart of it, that's who I'll be getting. That's who I.
And this is probably why, women from California stand out differently from, how it is on the East Coast. There's always been sort of a openness, directness, just a realism when it comes to the women that, and I don't know if this is what you've seen, but, from the man's perspective, especially from mine, I like hearing everything that you're saying, and I trust and believe what you say. If you were coming from Tennessee, I might not be too inclined to believe what you're saying, but, to listen to you, you're succinct with what you're saying, and you're intentional. Yeah, that you would be considered somewhat of a unicorn in these parts.
Yeah. I'm always the unicorn, I wanted to ask you this question. Did you happen to notice that I have visual impairment? Did you happen to notice my cane in my pictures?
I saw just a suitcase.
Did you notice in the quick of my arm, like by my armpit, or when I was sitting down, the top of it or anything?
Not really. I just remembered you had a suitcase.
Yeah, because so that was me on South Beach. I was doing Thai massage, and so I bring that with me in order to get ready for the couples massage I do out there. I do Thai massage on the beach sometimes. So that was me, I guess, like 3.
So you said, oh, you know what? I see that you're, okay. Oh, no, I didn't know you were visually impaired. I didn't know. No.
Yes, and what's interesting is that I get told a lot of different things. Number one, that I don't act like a person with visual impairment, which is an interesting statement. Number 2, no one ever, even in real life, no one sees it. I've had to swing my cane in the air because people treat me really disrespectful, like really mean, thinking that I'm a privileged Barbie doll and I'm just trying to get people to do extra for me. People get in their feelings because men treat me really nice, as far as gentlemen, carry things for me, open doors for me, you know, make sure I'm okay. They, you know, really catering. But that's because that's how I was raised and that's my expectation. And so, because I have a positive view of Black men, because that has been my experience as a little girl growing up. So, and that's why I always say, as a man thinketh, so is he. Because if you're always relying on what media and even your own bad experiences have yielded, then you're gonna stay in that circle, right? And me, regardless, because I have been through very, very painful things, I resolved that to just, that's unfortunate. And because I don't assign, you know, digression to just one race, one gender, like that's not my mindset, you know. So anyway, but I wanted to bring that up because it's something that you should consider, you should be aware of. And I wasn't sure, you know. And the thing is, because it's my reality, I don't necessarily think about it. I really, you know, you do something every day, you don't necessarily, you know, lead with that. Like, hi, I'm Kelly, I'm visually impaired. Even though I will do that in the stores quite a bit, because like I said, these people act real crazy, thinking that you're just trying to get them to, you know, what is the word? You know, people just are on edge anyway. Customer service is like non-existent nowadays. And the way people treat each other, like the callousness. So it's already like that anyway. But when I tell you, like, that's why I always try my best to go to the same places all the time and build those relationships. Because as soon as it's a new person, it's just a coin toss on what is about to happen with their viewpoint on me. I've even had people, you know, treat me as though I'm hustling, like the visual impairment is just a game, you know. And so it has just really been crazy. But I want you to think about that and, you know, let me know what you know, where you stand.
But when you talk about your impairment, is it like partial impairment or?
It affects both of my eyes. It's due to a car accident, and I've been in several car accidents, and so it's like every car accident, because it started traumatic glaucoma, and so that, you know, reduces your field of vision due to your stress, and then it can increase your, you know, once you de-stress. But period, it's an everyday reality. It is a very much, you know, significant problem that I have. And like I said, every time I get into a car accident, it's like it triggers it all over again. And, you know, so I don't drive, and I catch like Lyft and things like that all day long. And I've learned to, because I always internalized stress. So I will always be the person that's smiling through the pain, like keeping it to myself. I don't really talk about a lot of stuff. And I've gotten to the place now where I'm not able to do that anymore, like hold things in. I have to work, like the best thing I have going on right now is I'm in this Pilates program, and I've been working out 4 or 5 days a week, multiple times, like 2 to 4 hours a day. That has been so good for me. And as well as just, you know, having a more active, commanding prayer life. That has been so good in willfully surrendering, but actually feeling good in that. Like, it's been a great mind shift that's been going on with me. So, you know, it's a lot of things, but it's definitely a reality. I'll share my social media with you, actually, And then that'll give you a better, what is it, a larger field of view, a larger view perspective. Yeah.
Speech on.
Definitely.
Centered. Near left edge. Speech off.
Definitely, think about it, because it's something to be considered. And let me know. I don't trip. Everybody has their perspective. Everyone has what they want, and it's not, I'm so good about, I just want to be with the person that I'm supposed to be with. And that's it. I have done a lot in my life. And I'm at the point where I'm ready to coast now. Now I'm ready to coast. I have some big things going on for this year, and I'm ready to share that with the right man. And that's it. You know what I mean? So, everybody, like I said, know thyself. The greatest advice and the best thing any of us can ever do for ourselves is accept yourself, love yourself, get to know yourself. If you don't like it, you don't talk yourself into it. You know what I mean? Because no matter what, everybody has this thing. If you go on YouTube right now and you type in top reasons why relationships don't work, or if you even wanted to get more specific and say, the top reasons why black men and black women relationships don't work, right? You're gonna have finance, you're gonna have sexual incompatibility, you're gonna have values. These are gonna be like the top 3 things. And in values is going to be expectations. Well, I will tell you right now, 2 people who know themselves, including weaknesses and what they're willing to deal with, and even with, let's put them in a number 1, 2, 3, 4 category. Let's say sex is number 1, finance is number 2. Values is number 3. Expectation is number 4. Even if a person's expectation was just absolutely not met, but they had sex and finance
1, 2, and 3. Yeah.
Just 1 and 2. Even I would even argue if you just had 1 sex.
They'll still find a way to justify.
You will work it out. You will work through that. You see, but when you don't know yourself and you're just winging this crap, winging it and winging it. It's just like a guy that I went out with about 2 or 3 weeks ago now. He actually was my Lyft driver, an older gentleman. He's 62. And we happened to be in the same area, or so he said. And I said to myself, I pray over everyone, and God, I said, just manifest, open their mouth and their heart, let them just speak. And so, he wanted to pray, and he's talking about he'd been married for 36 years and divorced for so many years, and he just wanted to be, he doesn't want to be single. It's scary out here. He's building his home. And I meet a lot of older gentlemen in that frame of mind, like they really are scared because they can't afford to make another wrong move, because this is it for them. They're on their retirement. They don't want to blow it, right? Like, who wants to be working full time at 70 and 80 years old, right? So I hear him, but at the same time, when I meet a man that's scared, it tells me that he's not solid within his own self. He's doing things that he's worried about his past or whatever his weaknesses are that he may be contending with right here and right now, right?
Yeah, he's still chained to the past.
So what happened is this area is not inexpensive, okay? I would not call it like high as far as, oh my God, everywhere you go, you got to spend $500 to sit down and have a meal.
Right.
I wouldn't
Right.
say that, but I would say a norm for 2 people is 100 something. Okay, 2
Right.
people,
For sure.
if we're having drinks, dinner, who knows?
Yeah.
Expect
Yeah, I've
100.
been out in Ventura. Yeah, I know the area.
And I'm saying,
Yeah.
like, you know, Boca, dear, like, period. You're in, you know, Miami area, whatever. That's a normal dinner.
That's
So,
standard, yeah.
and especially when you say you live here, right? So that immediately puts me on the page of, oh, okay, we're neighbors. This is your norm. I mean, I don't think anything else. A man approaches me. I have a father. I was raised with a father who was the provider and took me out to restaurants. So my experience was when your daddy takes you out or a man takes you out, you have a seat and enjoy dinner. You don't get involved with paying and asking him, does he need anything, or like, I don't know that stuff. And anyway, so this gentleman, you know, said, you know, let's spend some time together on Saturday. He had to work. And I'm like, yeah, well, let's grab dinner and have drinks and this and that. And, you know, so he says, like, you know, where? So I mentioned a place across the street. Okay. He's like, oh, send me the link and this and that. Now, this is the second older gentleman I've gone out on a date with in 2 months. In the last 2 months. Both of them did the same thing. They ask you where you want to go, what you want to do, and you're asking them, like, do you have any suggestions? And they're acting like they don't care, that, you know, whatever. They have no idea. So you share the link, like, well, here's some options. You know, this is here. And that's for me, that's the opportunity for you to look at it and say yes or no. Yes, flip through me, call them, whatever you want to do, or come back with your own suggestion. Like, oh, you're thinking like this? Okay, cool, whatever, I don't know. So he gets over there and, oh, why you didn't tell me it cost, the bill was $105, 105. So he says, why you didn't tell me the price? I said, well, what is the price? Because I'm thinking like maybe they messed up the order, like the bill or something. So I said, like, well, what's the price? And he says 105. I said, okay. He's like, yeah, that's groceries. I'm like, it's dinner. Like, do you live over here or not? Like, that's actually a really good price for dinner. You know, like, I'm lost.
I would say so, because so I get where you're going with. I mean, I never leave it. And let me not say I never, but one of the things that I learned growing up, whether it's in Boston or here, you know, it's just you kind of pick up on the things that, you know, that will get you favor or more or less women will respond to most. One of the biggest things that I've learned is that women love a decisive man.
Yes,
you know,
tell the truth. Listen to me. Listen to me, Jay. Listen to me. If you tell the truth, a woman will rock. You can be a dope boy. And that's one reason why women get entangled with dope boys. And everybody says, you want the bad guy. No, we just like the raw cut truth of the situation. We know what we're dealing with, and he's not going to waste my time. He's not going to have me get up, get dressed, and go somewhere. He's going to tell me where we're going, or he's going to ask me where you want to go, and we're going to go eat and enjoy ourselves. And one reason why women date men that are on the edge is because they feel like they don't have no time to waste. And that's another reason why they don't play with you. And they know what they want. They're committed to getting what they want. Now, this 62-year-old man, said all he said, okay? And he said a lot. Oh, he's building a 2-story home, swimming pool, elevator in the house. He's got this, he ran his mouth and saying all kind of stuff that was unnecessary. It wasn't a part of our conversation. It wasn't, I mean, and it's not exclusive. It's not even exclusive to older men. This is how dudes that are wasting your time, they will just run their mouths telling you extra stuff. And you're just like, no. Dudes that got it like that is out here living life with me. They're not sitting up here trying to see what they can say to make a bell go, a light go off in my head. Like, stop. But the point of what I'm saying is, going out with that guy, he made me so angry. Because I'm like, you are a freaking chameleon. You're a boogie monster. You are a boogie monster. You begged and said all this stuff and did all these things to pretend, and all you want to do is be a dirty old man. You just want to try to sleep with me. You don't live over here, or you're one of these people that's cheap and don't really respect women and just doing, like, you probably the dirty old man Lyft driver that's picking up all kind of girls all the time, saying this keyword crap. And no. But why? But why did that make sense to you? And I'm going to tell you why it makes sense to him. Because he's not at a place of maturity where he's gotten to know himself and accept himself. He hasn't done the work, and he's still functioning within fear. And guess what? It's not exclusive to 60-year-olds, because I have a friend I went to high school with, and he got in a marriage. The marriage traumatized him. He's a great man. All of that. Guess what? He wanted no parts with marriage and just made a bunch of kids over the years with different women. And his life is wrecked. And I would tell him on multiple stages, I said, hey, you really need to surrender this trauma. You're a fantastic man. I would be with him. I really would. But that whole, I don't want to be married anymore, that trauma, I'm not going to marry your trauma. And because he refused to do the work, surrender the trauma, and commit to what he wants, what he needs, what he desires. Because he refused, the last time I checked, he had like 11 children with like 8 different women. You know?
Oh, wow.
It's just unfortunate. And I said, you know, we gotta stop letting fear ruin our lives and then waste other people's lives. And then the next thing you know, when you hear on the news, you know, some woman blew some man's brain, like, or some man blew some woman's brains out, and then everyone's like, oh, they're crazy. No, they're tired. Every time I hear stories, oh, that he killed the dog too. Yes, because he's over it. These people don't understand when somebody takes the time to communicate to you what they want and they're serious. That's not your opportunity to play with them. They'll break your neck. Like, stop thinking that people just gonna go on and just let you make it. No, vengeance is God, saith the Lord. You gonna lose you're not gonna make it. And that's what people don't get. And so for me, I'd rather not, because I reserve my dates with the man that I see something with. I reserve my energy with a man that I believe he only wants me. I take money from men, from a man that is mine. I believe it's mine. I don't like it. Oh, we went to the mall and he did all this stuff and he's married. Now somebody's calling my phone private. Oh, we went to dinner and all this, but now I can't find him. He's not responding to the messages unless he's in the car. I hate these people that's always in the car calling you. Always driving somewhere. And it's like, no, let me talk to you later. Oh, what's wrong? No, I'm good. How did you drove all the way home and you're still sitting in the car an hour later? Why are you still sitting in the car?
Why?
You know what I'm saying? You want to sit in your car, really? Yeah. No. So no. So, you know, all that stuff. So, like I said to you, I'm saying this to you to say you have power, and God has given us the authority over our body, lives, and future. His will is success, fulfillment, and victory in all areas of our lives. And that's not something you're waiting on. That is something that you live each and every waking moment. So as a man, as the leader, and you are the leader, no matter what anybody else says, you are the head. So you have to just make peace. This is who I am. This is who God created, designed, and birthed me to be. This is what I want, and that's it. That has to be your standard. And it doesn't matter how many people fall to the waistline. But I will say we have to be an active participant in dedicating ourselves to that reality. If we're going to keep dating people for 7 months, a year, 3 years, all that long bull crap, you know, you are the catalyst. You know what I'm saying? And all it does is it delays the right woman from you, and then it makes you more hesitant because you just keep piling up all these soul ties and all these experiences, and it's exhausting. And then you need to cleanse and detox and all this foolishness. And like me, for me personally, because I keep meeting swindlers, and I just want to slap them around. I just want to pull a belt out or a switch and wrap it around their head. Like, stop it. You know, I'm not your plaything. I'm not a game. I told you what I want. If you're not that guy, just exit stage left. You don't even have to tell me, oh, you know, and so you don't have to give me the explanation. Just kindly dip off. You know, don't have me coming out my house or meeting you after work or any of that for you to be, you know, a boogeyman. Because I'm going to pray for the death angels to take you out of here. That's what I'm going to do, because I see that you're sick. I see that you're real sick. And you need some help. You need to take the last breath.
You to be out of here.
Get you on right onto the other side. You know what I'm saying? So, woo, that's Beyond Life Kelly for y'all. I don't even got time. I'm not the kind of woman to pray and hope that you're gonna change. Like, you 56 still acting like this? Oh no, time is up. Time is up. You're done. You're finished. It's just pitiful. But that's my take, and that is my standard, and that is
Speech on.
definitely my expectation.
Stop recording video.